Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm going to give the tea, spit the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I am currently just drinking on a little water here because hydration is important. And I have my cup mug here, period. And you can get your cup mug at ologiescreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug. And I know, you don't have to tell me, I know. I'm late. I know. I know it is. It's a little late, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Trust and believe it's okay. Um, I personally, we had a little mishandling of the bookings and the recordings just to be transparent. So I had to jump and do a different interview before I came here. And that interview is going to come out shortly after this one. So you'll be able to see what it was. But it's all good. It's all good because I'm still going to be here talking Love Island episode 8. Because, hello. Yeah, we're going to do all of that. And we're going to talk all Love Island. But before we get started, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, please, and thank you. We are on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And we're also on that same mission on all of our channels here in the Cup Network. So if you would go and click on the link tree in our description below, click on all our links of all of our other channels, subscribe there as well. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, at the Cup Pod is the place for you. And if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, at the Cup ESC is the place for you. And if you are a fan of WWE Wrestling, at the Cup Ringside is the place for you. So join all of our podcasts. Help us get to 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We're working really, really hard to make that happen. We just need your help to do it. And if you're watching this right now, tomorrow is my birthday. Yes. And you can give me a really, really great gift by subscribing to this channel. I would appreciate it. It's a free gift. And then I will personally say thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who subscribes to this channel for my birthday. So give me some birthday love, subscribe to this channel. That would be great. Um, that would be amazing if you would subscribe to this channel for my birthday. Great. Thank you. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to all of our other channels. Go join subscribe to our audio podcast links if you need to check us out on the go so you will never miss a video or a podcast when we drop there. And also join our Patreon that is open for you. We have a lot of fun things going on in our Patreon starting for Pride Month. We got some early access things that will come out much later on the podcast. And then we have some exclusive things that won't come out on the podcast. So join our Patreon, see what we got going on over there. All of that, great. Now let's dive into this episode of Love Island. It was a lot in this episode, and I think it was a lot, and it was nothing. I don't know. A lot of nothing, but a lot, if that makes sense. I don't know. I personally, I felt like a lot of this was just bound to happen in this episode. I was shocked about some things. Like this. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Let me go on to really is nothing, no new couplings happen, so everything is the same. I put the way like this because I felt like everything circled around those four people in the middle. This episode was really about those four people in the middle with the little sprinkle of everybody else. So That's why I have it set up like this. But the couples are still the same. A little switching up is happening, but we start the episode. We see Huda and Jeremiah talking, and everything seems good. Everything seems cool. They seem good, but Jeremiah seems a little annoyed at this point with Huda, which I'm like, where did this come from? And like, he was very much like he didn't like the comments that she made, like good job, babe, or good boy, like good job. Like she felt like he was talking to her. He felt like she was talking to him like he was a child. And he kind of was like, I don't know if I like that. It's just those little comments. He's like, I like her. I'm still on her. I still want to be with her. I just don't like that part of it. It's a little, ugh. And I'm like, okay, okay. He didn't. Me personally, y'all, okay, y'all know how I feel about Jeremiah and Huda and their whole situation. I think Jeremiah should play the game. I think he is not trying to be that involved. And I think now that he's found out this information about Huda with her child, it's kind of freaking him out to the point where he's kind of like pulling back a lot, a lot. And so I don't know. I think this is starting to be a little tactic of his to kind of. I have a lot of thoughts about what happened, especially later on. But he kind of was like, I don't like that. I don't like when you say that. I don't like how make those little comments like that. Like, stop. Don't do that. That good job, babe. Good boy. Like you're doing great, babe. Like he doesn't want to feel like he's being uh pacified in any of this situation. Like, oh, you're doing a good job, babe. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. And Hunter's a little confused. She's like, what? What do you mean? I don't, what? I mean, okay. But she's also insecure in what they got because, like, he made one comment. He said something like, we don't, like, we're not closed off or whatever. And she's like, so what? I should talk to other people? And he was like, what? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, she jumped way over from what he was trying to say. He was like, letting her know that they're not closed, but he's not actively pursuing anybody. One thing she did catch on is his for now kind of conversations like, we're not, I'm not pursuing anybody. And she's like, for now? He was like, I didn't say for now, but that's what he meant. For now. He wasn't pursuing anybody. But that didn't mean he wouldn't totally pursue anybody later. He just meant for now. And I believe that. I believe that he's still very much open to try to pursue. And I think these little comments, I think he's starting to feel like maybe I locked down too soon because it's going to be new people coming in and he might feel a little trapped, like he can't talk to people and he can't actively pursue anyone if even if he wanted to. I don't think he wants to right now. I don't think anybody in the villa is there that catches his eye, but I do think there's he's knowing that people are coming and he doesn't want to feel locked down or feel trapped with her. So he's starting to figure that out. He's starting to, but she's like, so are you trying to pursue some people? So should I talk to other people? Is that what you're saying? And he's just like, who said that? And she's like, well, you better claim me. He was like, I have. Like, has anybody pulled you for a chat? Like, no, because I told them that's you, me, that's mine. It's just, I don't know. Honestly, y'all, I can do without this couple. Um, I've said it before, it's no surprise. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not into it. I'm not into them. I'm not into any of their shenanigans. I think Jeremiah is playing the game. I think Huda is trying to put all her eggs in one basket, but it's the crash out and the crash and burn when it comes to these two is going to be epic. I don't know when it's going to happen, but when it does, it is going to be one epic crash out. And honestly, I got my popcorn ready for when it happens. This baby is going to be a really amazing crash out. when it goes down between these two. We then see uh, Amaya talking to Hannah about her and the Ace situation. This was diabolical, by the way. Production. The way I edited this was diabolical because Amaya's telling Hannah that even though her and Ace are rocky, she still is going to he's still her number one for now, and she's going to try to you know figure out how they can get off of this rocky situation and work this thing out. And shout out to Hannah for like being like, fucker, or this man has you crashing out for the last 2 days. So is he really your number one? Is he really? Is he really? Like she was letting him know, like letting her know that like, hey, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You could be he might not be it. He might not be it. But she was like, but I mean, I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna support you in whatever because we support our women's rights and wrongs. So she go like, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there to support you. But just remember, he has you crashing out for the last 2 days. So, and she was like, yeah, I know, but we go work it out. I'm just gonna do and try to see if we can make it happen and we can work. Meanwhile, Ace is over there talking to Nick, and Nick is like, so are you gonna pursue that? He was like, no, no. We're not pursuing. I'm not pursuing that. That's done. That's dead. I told her we were cool. We were friends. Like that's it. Like yeah, nah. Nick was like, that makes sense. I mean, the way she was crashing out was wild. He was like, yeah, like her yelling and doing all that doesn't turn me on in any kind of sort. Like it doesn't turn me on at all. So I'm kind of like. I don't know. I don't He's like, I don't want to pursue that. I know now he knows where his head is, and now he knows where his heart is, and now he knows where he wants to direct his attentions to. Now he knows. He didn't know at the recoupling when he had a chance to pick the person who he wanted to pick, he wouldn't pick somebody else. And now he's sitting here talking about he regret his choice. Ace, sit down. Like seriously, you pissing me off. You pissing me off. I I don't like it. I don't like it because you had the opportunity to pick the person you wanted to pick. You picked first. You could have picked Shelly right out the gate, and you said no. You go choose Amaya because you wanted to see if Shelly was gonna crash out. Like these type of games would have instantly turned me off. If I was Shelly, I'd have been like, nah. You can take your, as people saying, your square head, you can take it somewhere else because ain't nobody here for that. Those games that you trying to play, you trying to act all chill, like, just, yeah, I'm good. Just, I ain't missing, I'm good. But you playing games, and anybody got time for that? Anybody came in here for that? We came to try to find a deep connection, and I don't want to have to, go around the world with you before you figure it out it's me. Like, I'm me. You should have figured out it was me from the get go. Like, she ain't changed. Shelly ain't changed this whole time. But now he knows where his head is. Now he knows where he wants to pursue. And Austin has a problem with that. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Austin is like, okay, I'm over this love triangle between Ace and Shelly and myself. I'm over it. And he doesn't know what he needs to do, but he know he needs to do something. And he's talking to Charlie, and Charlie's like, if you want to pursue that, you need to step it up and go after that. Um, Now, I will say this about this episode. Oh well, I'll talk about that later. But Charlie was telling Ace if he want not Ace, Austin, if he really wants to, pursue Shelly, he needs to do something to not just talk and pull up for a chat, but do actions to show that he is really interested. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, you need to do that. That's what has to happen. And he's like, yeah, maybe take her do a meditation session or something that is sweet, a good activity just for the two of you. And so he's like, yeah, go try to do something. I'm gonna have to step up my game. And Shelly herself is like, look, I am going to focus my attention on Austin because Austin is, I like Austin. I think he's sweet. He is, I know he's interested in me. I'm interested in him. I think it's a good thing. Now here, y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Austin, but here on this show, in this moment, in this, I think Austin, she needs to stick with Austin until somebody better comes along, like until a bombshell comes into the villa and goes for her. Like that needs to happen. But I don't want her anywhere near Ace. And I had high hopes for Shelly in this episode. Did my hopes drop a little? I was like, a little bit. I got a little deflated. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was like, dang, Shelly, I wanted better. I wanted her to be like, hey, she playing games and I don't have time for games. So I'm just gonna dip. I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna worry about it. But that didn't happen because that night everybody's going to bed and Ace, after saying he is not a physical touch kind of person, he goes and he makes sure that he hugs Shelly goodnight. He hugs her goodnight. And Amaya is sitting there. And so when he comes to bed, she's like, you're not going to hug me goodnight? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, no. Girl, he hates you. He does not like you. And that is awful. I hate how he treated her in this way, but he doesn't like her. And I just really wanted her to just be like, all right, cool. But Ace is doing stuff like I think intentionally to to nitpick with Austin and to make Shelly, to show Amaya he don't want her and um also to show Shelly that he likes her, but it's just I don't know. He's just doing too much, too many games, and I just don't like it. I don't particularly care for it, me personally. Other people might live for it. I don't particularly care for it, and that's okay. We don't all have to have the same opinions. Um, Shelly so of course Amaya and Shelly are, or Amaya's a little upset. Shelly is like, okay, whatever. But Shelly just still decided that she is going to focus on Austin. So that morning they wake up and she's gonna go make him breakfast. She's gonna make pancakes. She's down there. Gone are the days of the avocado toast. Here are the days of pancakes. And I love that because I love a good pancake. And I don't really care for avocado toast. So that's just me personally. But I'm here for the pancakes. So she's gonna go down there. She's gonna make Austin breakfast and then we're gonna have breakfast together and all of this stuff. She had all these plans. But on the other side, Ace had his own plans because Ace was like, he set up this whole yoga date with Nick. Nick was gonna teach him yoga, and they were gonna have a yoga session, and they all had this all prepared. And Nick, little messy self with his messy boots says in front of Austin, "Oh yeah, I have to go help Ace set up this yoga date." And Austin's like, "Well, who?" He's like, "Some girl. I don't even know." I'm like, Nick, now come on now. You knew who it was. You knew who it was. You're messy. But he knew who it was. He knew exactly who he was setting this date up for. But they go and he sets up this yoga thing and he sees Shelly in the kitchen and she's making breakfast. And he's like, hey, I need you to get dressed. I wanted so bad for Shelly to be like, no, I'll have to make this breakfast first and then I'll holler at you later. We can hook up, we can talk later, but I got to make breakfast and, have breakfast for Austin. Like, I really wanted her to do that. She was like, no, I need you to go get dressed now. Now. She's like, what? Me? What? Now? And he's like, well, okay. Okay. And I was like, no, Shelly, no. Don't say okay. Just say no. Make that man chase you some more. Make him chase you a whole lot more. You deserve to be chased. He does not deserve, he can't just come up and make a plan and say, this is what we're doing and you jump and do it. Like make him wait for you. Like be like, nah. Like, oh, I have plans. I'm gonna make breakfast and then me and Austin go have um breakfast, but we could work out afterwards. Like, make him wait. Like he should have. I was hoping she would make him wait, but she didn't. She's like, oh, okay. So she went and got dressed, and here is where the foolishness started. Amaya comes to the front because Amaya decides to go in on Shelly, and she's like, "What's going on between you and Ace? Because something is happening between you and Ace. You and Ace are like, what is it? I came to you, told you about the situation that me and Ace are going through, and you talked to me and gave me advice and everything. Was that you being calculated? Was that you just trying to, get information so you know how to move and deal with Ace? It feels very sneaky to me. And Shelly was like, no, like that's not it. I told you straight off the rip that I'm in a couple with Austin, but I'm still pursuing, exploring whatever it is with Ace. And I told you that. And Amaya's like, no, you didn't say this. That. Amaya is just talking, talking, talking. And Shelly's trying to say her piece, and Amaya's talking over her. And everybody in the room is like, because all the girls are in the changing room, by the way, they're in the changing room, and all the girls are there, and everybody's trying to tell her, like, hey, hey, let her speak and listen. And Amaya's like, I can't, I know that. Like, she just constantly talks over people that she never listens. And even when she's not talking over them, she's not listening because she's trying to think about what she's going to say next. She's waiting for her moment to jump in and say something next. I've seen that. I've been there. I do that sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I gotta calm that down. So, but she is not listening to anything Shelly has to say. And she's like, I mean, I just feel like I'm just reevaluating our friendship. And I'm like, the friendship you just developed 12 hours ago when you got to the villa? Like, girl, you just been there 3 days. We are not friends. We are associates at best, but we are not friends in 3 days in. Like, but she was just like, I'm reevaluating our friendship. I think you're trying to be fake. I think you're trying to be sneaky. I think you do this. And Shelly is like, that is not the case. That's not what I'm. They're back and forth, back and forth. Now Ace is hearing all this going back and forth. He's downstairs waiting for Shelly to come down. And he's just like, oh my God. And so all the girls are like, hey, listen, let her finish. And then you talk. And that didn't help. I think Hannah wanted to be like, girl, girl, you're doing too much. But she was like, oh, mm, okay. I ain't nothing I can say. And so after they get through their back and forth, and Shelly's like, I am not here for this drama. I'm tired. Like, I just wanted to do my day. I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not moving in a sneak fashion. But whatever. So Alendra goes downstairs and Ace pulls her over. He's like, what's going on? She was like, I mean, I'm not going to spread no business or nothing, but I will say this. You need to be as transparent as you can with the people you're talking to. You need to be super transparent because it's it's starting to become a problem. And he's like, oh, so I should cancel the yoga date, huh? And she was like, yeah, I think that's best. Like, let it go. Let it go. So he does. He nicks the yoga thing is over. Um Shelly comes and she goes and she does make breakfast eventually, and her and Austin have breakfast, and she's like recounting everything that happened and how Amaya just came for her, her relationship with Ace. And Austin is like, that's just wrong. You won't even do that. That's not even who you are as a person. Like, you would never, you've been very honest with me, and I feel like you've been very honest and upfront with everybody else here. So I don't think you would do that. That's not who you are as a person. And I was like, Austin taking up for his woman, like, no, that's not my girl. My girl would never do that. That's no, I don't know where this is coming from. And that's messy. And Ace is not Ace. Austin is feeling like the yoga date never happened, so he was like cha-ching for that. But he was also like, and maybe this drama between Amaya and Ace will push Shelly away from that, closer to him, and he was hoping for the best. But so we see um Amaya, not Amaya, yeah, we see Amaya and Ace go to the dock, to talk after everything. And Ace is like, listen, this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna let you speak. You gonna let me speak. We not gonna interrupt. We gonna let our feelings out, and then that just be done. And so Amaya goes in and she starts talking about how she felt like Shelly was being sneaky, and even though she confided in her and she didn't like that, and he went out of his way to go hug her last night, and he didn't hug her at all. He went and hugged Shelly, and he didn't hug her, but he telling her he don't like physical touch, but he going over there hugging Shelly, and maybe he only has physical touch problems when it comes to me, and da da da. Like she's going off. She's like, and I don't like that. I don't like because you picked me. Like why would you pick me and then you don't want to have nothing to do with me? That's crazy. Da 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 da. So she is going off. She popping off. So then Ace is trying to talk, and of course Amaya, she's just no, 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 no. This is what it is, and this is how it is, and da da da. And she's just over talking, and you see the moment where Ace's face shuts completely off. He's like, "I no, I didn't talk. That moment he was done listening to her. Nothing else she could say. He wasn't listening." And so she's just going off. She's going off. And he's just not saying nothing. She's just going off. And so she finally stops, and he was like, I ain't even hear nothing you said after all that head popping and all that hand clapping and all that stuff. I didn't even hear you. She was like, "That's obvious. You ain't listening to me. You don't listen to me." And he was like, "Look, let me make one thing clear." He said, "We go do this, and I'm gonna be very clear about this. I am not pursuing you any further." And she was like, "Well, I'm not pursuing you any further." He said, "Good. Then we're cool. We're done. We don't have to talk. We move." And she was like, "Fine, fine." And so I know she was shocked and blown by that. I know she was, but she wanted to act like she wasn't. And so she walks away. And this man literally does those clap, like jump to the air and taps his feet together, like the like, what? Girl, what? He literally jumped and was like, woo, like, we're done. How, what? Not you clapping the feet together after you just sat here and told this woman that you are done pursuing her. There's nothing left. It's just like, woohoo, click, click, clicking the heel. Baby, I was so over it. I was so done. I laughed. I did laugh. Maybe I shouldn't have, but it was funny to me. I laughed because I was like, that's wild. That's wild. But then we see Austin pull Shelly to go do a little meditation, and they're doing a little meditation. And she's like, "Where'd you learn this from?" And he's like, "From the shamans and my psychedelic days." And she's like, "Oh, this is cool." So they're having a little moment. And we see Alandria and Ace up on the balcony, and he's like, I want to go pull her so bad. Like he's telling Alandria his intentions are for Shelly, and he wants to go and fully pursue Shelly. And Alandria's like, "Go get your girl." She was like, "How long have they been in the chat? How long they been talking?" And he was like, 30 seconds is too long for me to see her with him. And I was like, mm, I don't like it. I don't. I'm over the Ace and the Shelly thing because I think Ace is he's playing too many games. He's playing way too many games for my liking, and so I don't want him. I don't want him to. I don't want him here. I don't want him with Shelly. I don't want him with Shelly. Oh, my fingers are crossed for bombshells. My fingers are crossed for bombshells because I don't like him with Shelly anymore. Anymore. He's too young. He's not ready for this. He should have went to F Boy Island and not Love Island. No, I don't like it. Um, but he just goes and interrupts Austin and Shelly, and he's like, "Could we have a talk?" And I was like, "Shelly, please say no, say later. Like, make him wait. Make him wait." She was like, "Oh no, it's okay, yeah." I was like, "Oh, Shelly absolutely likes this man." And I know she does, and I hate it that she does because she deserves so much better than him. I just don't see it for him and her because he's such a maybe now that he's locked in, maybe we'll see. I don't know. My meter of hope is like slim, slim, slim. I don't know. I just don't trust it. don't trust it at all. I don't trust him with her. I don't trust it. But they go talk, and he's just like putting it out there like he wants to pursue her. He told her that he ended things with Amaya, and that his focus is on her. She's like, oh, I mean, but my focus is on you and on Austin because I believe Austin is such a good guy. And she's like, yeah, but I'm just letting you know. And she's like, oh God. And she's falling. She's falling for it. It looked like hook, line, and sinker, you can tell. But she's like, I want to know the real Ace. I don't want to know this suave, smooth, mysterious kind of. He's like, I'm not being mysterious. I'm not being mysterious. I'm just saying, I'm just chilling. And she's like, well, I would have said, well, unchill. I want you to unchill. Because if this is you just chilling, I don't want this. I want you to unshield and just tell me who you are. Tell me about you. Let's be real. Let's have real conversations. Real, not you compliment me all the time. And I'm just like, oh yeah. Not that. I want to have conversations. I want to know about you. But she was like, I just want to know who you are or whatever. And she like him. She like him. She like him. And I get it. And we'll see where it goes from that. But what else happened? Um we see Nick and Jeremiah talk, and Jeremiah's wondering if Huda has talked to Nick because he really wants Huda to talk to Nick and tell him about the baby, the child in the situation so he can have somebody to talk to get some male perspective. Uh, he really wants to talk to Nick, but Huda has not talked to Nick yet. And so he can't have that conversation. But Nick does tell uh, Jeremiah that he sometimes feels that Huda is playing a game here. Like she's not 100% genuine in her feelings towards him. And Jeremiah's like, I mean, I don't know. I like her. I think she's good. He mentioned the fact that he sometimes doesn't like how she says, "Oh, good job, babe," or "Good, you did great." Like he doesn't like that, and so he's wondering what that was. He's like, I don't know. I'm kind of pulling back a little bit, but and I was like, what is happening? When did the pullback start? But it's these comments. He doesn't like them and he doesn't like feeling like she's pacifying him. And he's just like, I don't know. I don't know if this is something that I want to do or I'm not sure. This is just it's something not right. But he can't tell Nick about the baby because he said he wouldn't say anything. So he doesn't say anything about the baby. Nick just gives his own opinion about their relationship and things that he just might want to continue to, pursue and branch out and talk to people. Don't just, put your eggs in one basket right now. Um, so he's kind of just like, yeah, I don't know. He's feeling this type of way. So they get ready for the night and they start doing their get ready and they get a text. Austin gets a text. They run upstairs, tell the girls the text is about the game. They're playing a game called Pucker or Pie, where the truth is going to come out. So we all know that this is going to be a messy, messy game, literally and figuratively. It's going to be a messy game because now we're going to find out some truth about people or perceptions of truth about people in the game, and it's gonna be interesting. So we see them come down to play this game, and the whole scenario of the game is that you read a card, get a statement. You'll pick the islander who you think the statement is about, and then you'll flip this board, and it's either pucker or pie. So Nick goes first, and the card said, other than the person you're coupled with, who is the best kisser on the island? And Nick picks Orlandria. Uh-huh. My Nick Orlandria fantasy isn't dead all the way. It's diminished, but I still think it's something. I still think it's something. Uh, but um, He picks the ledger. She comes up. He flips the thing. It lands on pie. I was hoping for the kiss. I was hoping for the kiss, just so I could see it. But it was pie, so he pied her. But we saw what you did, Nick. Feeding her that cherry first, and she like, You feed her that cherry first. We see you. We see you. I see you. But he did pie her. Whatever. I hope I go in the right order. I can't remember if I'm in the right order. We see Jeremiah was asked if who's the most high maintenance. Huda was picked. He was like, because she takes the longest to get ready, and it doesn't matter if you bring her 2 plates of food, she always has something to say about it. So they flip, it lands on kiss, they kiss. I know I'm not in order. um, who else was brought up? Uh, Shelly was brought up. Who I think hers was who doesn't want who who's faking or no who wants to be in a different couple who's just going through waiting on somebody else to come in. She picks Ace. He gets a pie. Um, Somebody who's the biggest freak. It was Shelly that got picked, but who did it? I think it was Charlie. I think it was Charlie. Oh no, or was it Jeremiah? No, I can't remember. One of them, or maybe it was Nick. I don't know. One of them has the biggest freak. Can't remember. I watched this last night, y'all. Uh, but Shelly got pied. Um, Sierra had a question, and hers was who is a red flag of some sort. She just wanted to kiss Shelly, and she picked Shelly. She just wanted to kiss Shelly, and she made sure she kissed Shelly. So Sierra kissed Shelly, and everybody loved it. Um, Austin, no, Hannah, who's the most boring. She picks Austin, and Austin gets pied. Uh, Taylor had who's doing too much. What island here is doing too much, and he picks Amaya, and she felt some type of way about it. She was like, "Tay Tay, what that mean? Oh my god!" Again, making up nicknames, but people who might not want nicknames. But okay, um, she Taylor picks her, and so he flips. He gets kissed. They kiss. Nick picks. Oh, Amaya has who is the most. Was boring? Is it boring too, or so it was something of that sort of something was boring or whatever, or and she picks Nick and they end up kissing and Nick was like, I like that kiss a little bit more than I thought. Maybe more than I should have. Oop. And I was like, ooh, well, Julie. Um Nick Austin picks has who is something his Austin had, but he picks Hannah to retaliate and he pies her. He has to pie her, but he takes the pie and no, he gets to yeah, he pies her. He pies her first, and then he kisses her, and they kiss, and it was interesting. I was like, oh, what where did that come from? Like Charlie's like, it's all in the game. It's a game. It's a game. It's all in the game. It's a challenge. It's fine. I know he was pressed. He's a little pressed because why are we kissing after the coin flipped on the pie? Like you didn't have to kiss. You chose to kiss. Yeah, okay, but it's all in the name of the game. All in the name of the game. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. He also wanted his lick back for getting pied earlier from her. Um, Ace picked Shelly because it was like who has the best smile. He picked Shelly. They flip it, and he gets kissed. But this man picks up the pie. He licks the pie, and then he goes in for the kiss. And I was like, "Ugh." The grossest thing you could ever do for me. Like, don't put food in your mouth and then try to shove that same food down my throat. Gross. That is not sexy. I don't care what you think. But if people take it sexy, I don't care. That's just not me. But if you like that, good on you. Good on you. But he kisses her, and Austin's like, she ain't never kissed me like that. And I'm like, poor baby. She's not choosing you. She's not choosing you. And I hate it because Ace ain't choose her, and I don't want. I don't know. I'm jumping ahead, but she's not. It's like I don't know what to do. Uh, it's wild and crazy behavior. Um, but they kiss, and it's like okay. But oh, and Huda picks Ace for who's faking it or something. I don't know what it was, but it was something very poignant to his relationship with Amaya. And so he pulls her, she picks him, and she pies him, and he takes it a little personal. So after the game was over, the guys go off to sit, the girls go over to sit, and the girls are talking, and Huda is like, Amaya, girl, you know, I only picked you. She was like, yeah, I got your back. I picked Ace because you my girl. You my girl. I picked Ace. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't, it was between the two of you. So who wants a new couple? And so I wouldn't do it to you. So, I picked Ace because I got your back, girl. I got your back, girl. She's a girl's girl. Yeah. Put a pin in that, y'all. I need y'all to remember that. She's a girl's girl. And she did that because Amaya, she got her back. And so the guys were over there talking, and Ace is like, I felt like Huda picking me was a little personal because she's been taking digs at me all night for the last couple of days. She's been taking digs at me. And I feel like that was a little personal. I feel like she was doing that to comfort me because she made a statement the night before talking about, oh, you're not a touchy person. She was like, yeah, yeah. And so, but she said that in front of Amaya and all kind of stuff. So she's kind of just like needling a little bit. And he's like, I felt some type of way. And then the conversation, but Jeremiah was like, "You do?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she didn't play this game honestly. I feel like she was playing a little personal instead of, being truthful and honest with her answers." And Jeremiah was like, "Huh." And so Nick was like, "I'm just gonna say it. I feel like she did it to be safe. Like she's playing safe here. She's not really into, she didn't want to make waves. She. I don't know if her answer was honest, and I feel like she's not being honest in this game." And Jeremiah's like, huh, you think? Hmm, hmm. So now he's thinking. Then we shift the conversation over to Taylor, who's like, I felt like Amaya was a little upset. They were like, oh yeah, she was really upset about what, what you said, and picking her for being too much. And Amaya's going on about it. I don't know what that mean, too much. I thought too much was about, maybe somebody who just was like not like, he said, I don't know what did y'all think too much was? She was like, maybe who is doing too much in a couple, trying to make people, but she was like, exactly, that's what I thought. And I'm like, I don't know what it means. Like, I'm not doing too much to try to do anything and da da da. So she's upset. We get Huda and Gerald, not Gerald, Huda and Ace go off to talk about their issues, and Huda is like, I mean, he was like, I felt like you took it personal, like this, you've been taking digs at me, and I felt like this was a personal thing that you got against me. And she was like, no, it's not personal at all. I don't have personal things. She's like, I got you. I just feel like, she said, only reason I picked uh you was because if it landed on kiss, I didn't want to kiss her. I was gonna kiss you. I'd rather kiss you than her. And I'm like, but that ain't what you said to Amaya. You told her that you picked him because you had his back, had her back, and you would rather pie him than pie her. And Ace picked up on that. Ace is like, I feel like she just don't want to get the fingers pointed at her. She's like, no, 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 because she's like, I got you. We good. We cool. And he was like, yeah, I just felt. She's like, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way, but no, I only picked you because if I was to go kiss somebody, I would rather kiss you, girl. For real? Really? Really? No, that's not what you did. That's not why you did what you did. But okay, I'm gonna let you believe that. I'm gonna let you believe that's why you did what you did. But okay. Anyway, so we then see Amaya walking over to the boys, and all of their reactions like, uh-oh, oh shoot, oh nah. And Austin says, she scares me. And I was like, oh no. So that initial spark Austin and Amaya had gone because he's like, nah, she scared me. I don't wanna can't deal with that. It's wild. It's honestly wild in this situation. But so she calls Taylor for a chat and they go talk. And she's like, why would you say I'm too much? She was like, because she was like, what do you think of too much is? He was like, I feel like when they say do too much is somebody who's doing too much to try to keep a relationship happening when it ain't gonna happen. And she was like, oh, well, I kind of do agree with that because I was trying to fight to keep up. Like all that rah rah you did with the girls, all that rah rah you doing with Taylor, all of that just to agree with him in the end. Come on, yeah. Oh my god, I liked her coming in, but she is so annoying. She is absolutely annoying to me. So she dropped down the ranking for me personally in this episode. I was like, yeah, nah, you're doing too much, girl. You are too much. You did do too much, and you're still doing too much. Like you're too much. Oh, I just was not me and her in this episode. But all of that just to agree with him. Like, yeah, she is doing too much. She's doing too much. But they cool. They dogs, apparently. I think Taylor is like, this girl. No, thank you. Uh, him and Landry still ain't got no physical connection. They talked about the kids, but nothing really happened in this episode either for them. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll wait till Thursday to find out if anything goes on. Um, but then we see Huda come and she stands in front of Jeremiah like she always does, and he usually will grab her by the hips and just, hold her. But this time he was just like, yeah, I'm cool. He shakes her hand. He literally shakes her hand and then gives her the thumbs up. Like, yeah, we're good. I want to do that. But gives her the thumbs. And I was like, oh, what is happening? And she's like, what's the matter? And he's like, none. No, nothing. She's like, what? I mean, what's he was like, no, 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 that's good, we're good. Cool. And I was like, oh my God, he's being a child. He's acting like a little kid right now. He's he has a lot on his mind, but he don't want to talk about it with her. But instead of saying he don't want to talk about it, he just acts like he's gives her a reason to try to walk away. And so now he's like, yeah, no, it's good. So she goes to sit down. And she's sitting there sneaking. She's like, why is Jeremiah mad at me? Nick is like, why is he mad at you? I don't know. I don't think he's mad at you. She's like, why is he mad at me? He's not talking to me. He's not doing it. Like, why is he mad at me? Nick was like, I don't know. So they all just eating chips or whatever. And like, I don't know. So she like sitting there and she's stewing. She's stewing like he's mad. He's not telling me why he's mad. And that's pissing me off because he's not telling me why he's mad. And so now I got to go find out why he's mad. And so she goes up, she gets up, she's like, can we go talk? And he's like, oh, yeah. She's like, just come on. So they walk across the way to go talk. And she's like, what's the matter with you? What's happening? He was like, nothing. I'm fine. And everything's good. She's like, no, everything is not good. Everything is not good. What is happening? Because I feel like you're upset and we need to talk about it. We need to communicate. And he's like, no, I mean, no, that was good. I don't know. She's like, I mean, like, what is happening? Because Warren what she could stood in front of him again, like, hold me like you would do when I usually do this. And he's like, oh, she's like, see, that's what I'm saying. Something is wrong, and you're not telling me. We should be communicating, and you're not talking to me. What is happening? And so they flash back over to the guys. They're like, what's going on? And so Austin's like, they got in his head. And Nick is like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you honestly totally got to that man's head. And Sierra said, what did you do? And he was like, I didn't do anything. I just he was like, okay, maybe I did kind of get in his head. I'm like, yeah, Nick, you totally got in his head. You was telling him all this stuff about how you think his girl is playing safe, how maybe she likes him sometimes, but not all the time. You definitely got into his head. And so he's like, so they go back over to Jeremiah and Huda, and he's like, I just don't know. I just feel like some the guys were saying some things, and it kind of messed with me. And she was like, the guys were saying, he was like, yeah, they were saying that maybe that sometimes you play safe and then sometimes you with me and then sometimes you not. And she was like, see, that's why I don't tell them nothing. That's why I don't want to tell them nothing because they always in the business and that's not right. And so she going off and he's like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. She's like, we should be communicating. And he was like, I just don't know. And that's how they left it. That's how they left it. They left us with Huda and Jeremiah just talking and not really coming up with any solution. So I guess we'll find out on Thursday night because, of course, tonight there is no episode. So we'll go on Thursday night um, to figure out what the heck is happening, what is going on, and why is this switch up happening with Jeremiah. Like all of a sudden he's pulling back. But like at first I was like, it's very all of a sudden out of the blue. But it wasn't because of what Nick said that night. It was what was said earlier, and then the things of how he already felt. I just feel like the pressure's building up on him, and he's starting to realize he put his eggs into one basket too soon. And I still think he likes her, but I just think he's like, but it could be more. And I don't want to miss out on what could be instead of what it is. So I think it could be more. So I don't know. I'm kind of just like, I think it's a lot of stuff building up in Jeremiah. But like I said, the crash out is going to be epic when it happens because I'm just gonna say when because I think it's gonna happen. I don't think this is going to be something that carries them all the way through. Or if it carries them through, this is going to be the biggest pitfall for them. So we'll see what happens. I just know that we take tomorrow off because they take tomorrow off, but we will be back here on Friday at 6:10 ish, um, and Saturday to talk Love Island episodes uh, 9 and 11. 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Yeah, 9 and 10. Because Friday and Saturday. We'll talk 9 and 10. And then we'll be back on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 2:10 ish for Soul Ties Live, of course. Um, this is our schedule. We'll be doing that. We're going to throw in Love Island UK at some point. We'll keep you all posted on that because we're going to talk about Love Island UK. That's Friday. I know for sure we're doing that Friday. We're going to talk about this first week of Love Island on Friday. Um, Love Island UK. We're going to talk about the first week of Love Island UK on Friday. So we'll be back for that. Um, I appreciate you all taking the time to stick around and join me on the eve of my birthday. So, as a present to me on the eve of my birthday, subscribe. Please, please, and thank you. Hit the subscribe button and help us get to 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We really appreciate it. We want to unlock a lot of fun things that we can do on this channel with you guys. So, help us out, get us there. That would be great. Also, subscribe to all of our other channels on all of our in the Cup Network. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, where you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. All of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Blue Sky. And you can follow me there on those platforms as well. And we'll be back on Thursday. We'll be back on Friday to talk about Thursday's episode. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. And let me know what you're thinking in the comments below about all of this Love Island drama. And I'll see you all on Fridays. Cheers, you guys. As Logan would say, do, 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 do. Cheers. Bye.